Hello everybody, this is my first video, and in for my first video I'm going to be doing a front-end mentor challenge called interactive rating component from front-end mentor, obviously. So yeah, it's a really simple project. As you can see here, a card it's only just one card component. Well, technically two if you include the thank you state at the end, which you can see here. And yeah, I've kind of just shown you how it works and how it looks, so let's delve into the code. So I'm gonna open VS Code. Alright, so we're in our root folder, and in our root folder we'll create our index.html file. So right, so once we've done that, you can see this folder over here. In the interactive rating component main, there's an index.html. We'll just copy everything in here and then paste it in our index.html. Now we can close this, and we'll just delete everything that's kind of in here, basically. So I'll do that. Right, so now that we've done that, let's take a look at the design. So let's start with the mobile design first. So let's open this to the side, or actually it's just, yeah. So as you can see here, as I've pointed out already, it's just a one card project. Well, two card technically, if you count the thank you state that's going to be appearing once we click the submit button. But yeah, it's a two card state, and this rating state card over here has this image element, which is the star logo, and this text of how did we do, and this p text of please let us know how we did, and this buttons over here which we'll be using to set the user rating, and there's the submit button that will submit this and display the thank you state once we've rated, or once we've chosen a rating. So yes, that's it for the mobile design. Now let's take a look at the thank you state. And yeah, so as we can see here, it's pretty much the same, except the image is different, and there's a div over here that contains this text. And so yeah, that's that. And let's look at the web design, or the desktop, sorry. And yeah, so it's pretty much the same with the image, the h1 text, the p text, and the buttons still the same, and the submit's also still the same. So nothing much changed. And let's look at the thank you state. So image div with a p tag and a span tag inside, and thank you. And yeah, so the design is still pretty much the same, so it's really going to be a simple project. So yeah, so let's get started with the mobile design. So let's see, let's just open it to the side. let's alt Z so that the text wraps, and let's write first a main that would hold everything that we have here, including the two divs. Now, so there's like two divs that's going to be inside this, since there are two states, the main design and the thank you state. So let's create the two divs. Right, so now that we have the two divs down, what we're going to do next is we're going to create the rating state first, and then we'll create the thank you state. So we have an image, an h1 text with the corresponding texts, and the p text, and this is just a div that has buttons inside it, and this is just going to be a button. So I'll just do all those. Yeah, so actually I forgot to do something. I needed this images folder over here in my root folder. So paste. That way I can just say images / the images that I need here is just this and this. So yeah, so I'm gonna set the images to this star icon over here. So now the next on our list is an h1 element, and we're just going to give it the text of how did we do. So after that is this p tag over here. We're just going to copy paste the text from the index.html part. So I'll just do that real quick. So after that, we're going to create this div element here that just has all of these buttons. So these buttons, we're gonna give them a class of rating buttons, and you'll see why when we get to the JavaScript section of this. So for now, just know that we're going to be giving this the class of rating buttons for each of these buttons that are inside. Yeah, so now that we did that, all that's left for us in this rating state is this submit button. So we are just going to create a button with the type of submit and give it a text value of submit. So yeah, So we're pretty much done with our rating state. So now we can move on towards our thank you state. So let's open up the design. And let's just, yeah. So we're going to create an image for this first, and we're just going to give this the source of images slash illustration thank you. So I'll do that. And then after that, we'll create this div element which would just hold this p tag inside it, and then that p tag will kind of have a span element, so that this thing over here is it's should be there dynamically, meaning that if the user kind of clicks on one of the buttons that we've seen before, that that would set the content of this element over here. So you'll see more of that when I just code it out. So right, so that's done. So yeah, this is just going to be set later on by the JavaScript, or yeah, by the JavaScript that we're going to write later. So yeah, you'll see that in action later on. And then for this thank you, we'll create an h2 that will hold the text thank you, and then just underneath that we'll create the p text, or the p tag, with the text value of this. So I'll just do that. Right, so I'm just going to go over here on the index.html and copy the text for that last part. So copy and paste. Let's save that, and if we open it up with live server, everything should be working, but it's not styled yet. So yeah, but okay. So at least we know that it's working. Oh, and we forgot to put the text inside the buttons. So let me just do that. Yeah, where is the buttons? Here. We need to give it a text of 1 to 5, so alright, cool. So now that's all working, and right, so we got all of that fixed now. Yeah, I'm sorry about the noise. The cat is going wild in our roof. Weird cat. Anyways, so we got all of that fixed now, and all that's left to do is like style it and give it the functionality. So we'll be styling this in the next video. So yeah, so that's it for like this video, and I'll be styling it in the next video, and yeah, using SCSS or CSS. So yeah, I'll see you there.